Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so today on Be Famous TV, we have somebody super duper special to me, okay? Like, literally, she is in one of the most poppin' girl groups of all time, okay? Don't play with me. She literally helped make me who I am today because she was such a baddie, okay? Now look, her name is Natalie Mejia. Don't play with her. She's from the girl group GIRLICIOUS. Do y'all remember that group? Pussycat Dolls had like a few spin-off groups, but she was one of the baddest, okay? Now, she's on the way to the studio right now. I'm super duper excited. Ah! Okay, let me get it together. Oh my God. Is that her? Natalie, come on in, girl. Hi. Wow, you look so good.
Thank you for having me.
Ooh, I'm matching in black.
I like everything.
Yes. Here, you sit down right here.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's get into it. Y'all ready, guys?
Everybody wanna be famous, be famous, be famous. Don't nobody wanna be nameless, be nameless, be nameless. Everybody wanna be famous, be famous, be famous. Don't nobody wanna be nameless, nameless. Everybody wanna be.
Give me another hug.
Now that we're sitting in our perfect little positions and we're ready, I'm excited. Well, cheers.
Yes, cheers. So,
Oh, he's stuck in the cards. We're getting into something right now.
let's go. So listen, wow, you're actually really here. This is so surreal for me because when I first met you, I told you I loved you, like, duh, like, what were we doing? You want to tell everybody how we met? Do you remember?
You tell the story.
So, Paula DeAnda, my girl, she was performing at one of those music festivals and you were backstage.
Yes.
So I saw you in a little group of girls. We'll put the picture up here. Group of baddies. And I was just like, oh my God, love you. So I'm just really happy we connected since then.
Yes, that was such a fun day. I remember Paula getting ready in her trailer and the show, and the show was amazing. The R&B show in downtown LA. It was such a fun day, and I was so glad to meet you. It was such a great experience. We had so much fun that day.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and we've just been, you know, getting to know each other and getting tight, like over, what was that, like over a year and a half ago.
I know,
So
time
crazy.
flies.
I know.
But I love LA because it's like you could never plan these things. You just be outside. One day you'll be Beyonce, and one day you'll be with, you know, Rihanna. Like, you never know. You'll bump into people. So
Especially if you're Be Famous.
period. Okay, so before the fame, before Girlicious and everything, before the babies, where did you grow up?
Where did I grow up? Okay, so I grew up a little bit of everywhere because my dad was in the music business. So I remember moving to the East Coast, to Connecticut, like border of Connecticut, New York, when I was really young. And then we picked up and came back to Cali. I was born and raised in Cali.
Okay.
LA? For the most part, LA.
Okay.
Yep. I was born in West Covina.
Period.
I'm gonna throw up the West Coast.
Hey.
I was born in West Covina. And my father moved us around. So we lived in the East Coast, we lived in Florida, like.
You said us.
Yeah, so my mom, my dad, me, and then my baby sister.
Oh, wow.
So the four of us, yeah. So we would move around, but every time we came back to LA, we would be like in Burbank area until high school. And my parents moved us all the way out almost towards the IE to Diamond Bar. And so I went to high school in Diamond Bar. And it's by Pomona. It's by the IE, so like if you're familiar with that area. But so that's where I was born and raised. A little bit of I was in Houston for a minute. I was in New York for a minute. I was in Florida for a minute, but I always
Okay.
came back to LA. I was born in LA, and I would be there for like a year at a time.
Right.
So I was always the new girl in school. Like every year, I went to like 9 different schools by the time I went to high school.
So many famous people do that, right? They're always starting fresh.
A new fresh start.
Yeah. So what was little Natalie like, and what's your background and ethnicity?
So I'm Latina. I'm Mexican and Spanish,
Ay.
and I'm a mamacita.
Yes.
And so little Natalie loved music. I came from parents who, my dad was in the music industry. He, he
What
did
did he
artist
do?
development for
No
Mary J.
way.
Blige, Madonna, Jodeci, Guns N' Roses. I mean, all the artists, he was with a big label. So that's why we were moving around all the time. The label would move him.
What
with different
label, may I
artists.
ask?
MCA, RCA Records, like multiple
snap.
Interscope, so Universal. But you know, my mom was a dancer and performer, and that's how my parents actually met. My mom was performing, and my dad was there with an artist, with Eazy-E, and they met at the club.
At the club.
And so then my story was that I have this dancer, performer mom. My dad is in artist development, and so naturally I felt like it just kind of paved the way for me to
in your
become
blood.
this artist, but also that I just loved music so much, and I loved performing, singing, and writing songs since I was really young. So
That's freaking amazing. Well, you want to know something? You remind me of Selena Gomez.
do I? It must be the
Yeah, I think so. So did you grow up like watching like Disney and always wanted to be like a little pop star?
Yeah, I grew up watching Disney. I grew up, I was in love with all the Disney cartoons. Obviously, Little Mermaid was my favorite, Ariel.
Oh, period.
But I used to love the songs and singing to them. And I grew up watching Selena. I remember one of my first performances in 3rd grade was Dreaming of You. And yeah, I sang that for a talent show. And so, yeah, I grew up watching a lot of TV, a lot of music, because also my dad, because he was in the industry, went to concerts and things like that. So I just like fell in love with it and was so excited to hit the stage at a very young age.
So I assume that your family is very supportive when it comes to the music. So it really helps to have a supportive, background, supportive family that will just help usher you right in to follow your dreams, period.
Yeah, I would say that makes all the difference, honestly. I feel like I can really say that my parents, with all the support and the push and the love that they gave me, was really why I was able to like take it to the next level.
So what was your first big audition?
Ooh. Okay, so there was a few auditions that I remember not making before I ended up doing.
Well, hey, listen, you gotta fail sometimes,
Yeah.
but
I remember
then you win.
auditioning for Annie on Broadway.
No.
Yes, I didn't make that. That was my earliest audition. I think I was in elementary school. And then I auditioned for the Bratz movie, and I got a call back with the casting director to be one of the Bratz girls, and that didn't work out. And the funniest thing is, I remember the casting director told me, I met her on a Friday. I came in for the audition, and she's like, I would love to have you back on a Monday. Over the weekend, I did way too much thinking. I did too much
Your
character.
look?
Yes, I did too much
Oh,
character.
no.
Oh, I need to be more tan. I need to put contacts in. I need to straighten my hair.
No.
And I came in, and she was like, what happened? Who are you? And I was like, oh, just trying to get more into character. She's like, no. Best advice she ever gave me was like,
Be yourself.
don't ever just come in the way that they see you,
Right.
the person, even wear the same outfit. Whatever they saw that they loved, that they wanted to give you a call back, always just come the same. So I learned a big lesson that day. But then fast forward into the CW's Pussycat Dolls presents Girlicious.
It was basically like making a Bratz group.
So yeah, those are a few
That's
auditions.
crazy. That's crazy. So let's get on into that. The Pussycat Dolls presents Girlicious. Now, that was a CW TV. I don't know if the CW is even still like going on, but
I don't think so.
But the CW was a channel on.
They had Top Model.
Yeah, they had America's Next Top Model on there, and basically you were on the reality TV back then when everybody was watching it. So they wanted to make a new girl group. It was Robin Anton, Little Kim, and
Ron Fair.
Ron Fair. So, period. Like, they were the judges for the TV show Pussycat Dolls Presents Girlicious. Now, describe the whole vibe and the pressure of being on that show, competing with all those girls.
Wow. Well, first of all, as a teenage girl, let's just start
How
there.
old were
I
you?
was 18 when I
Wow.
started, when I first auditioned, because the audition was in like April. When my birthday came by the time I got selected for the show, and I turned 19. So I moved into the house and started filming Progressing when I was 19, but I auditioned when I was 18. And when you're a teenage girl, you already questioning so much, you know, about yourself and your image and having self-confidence and just like all the things. And I just remember, first of all, that was the longest time I'd ever been away from my family. When they moved you into, it was like a month and a half to 2 months of filming in a house where you didn't know anyone. You weren't allowed to have your cell phones. No, you weren't allowed to have your no TV, no phone. You were just in the presence of other people and at the mercy of whatever they wanted you to do for the day. So it was very nerve-wracking, to say the least, but also high-strung emotions, because when you get to go home and unwind from the day, you get to talk to your family and they give you reassurance and support and all that stuff. And you're just having to like question yourself and feel the competition within the space, because everybody felt so much pressure. So our emotions were running high. And it was just a lot for a teenage girl to go through. Very fun, very exciting, dream come true. However, it did come with a lot of moments of self-doubt, you know, moments of fear, moments of like loneliness.
And a lot of pressure,
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
So what was it like performing in front of those iconic judges?
Oh my gosh, it was even more nervous than having an audience like full.
Every time they had an audience for that show too.
Well, sometimes they had the audience. In the first like few episodes, they did not have the audience. It was just them like like staring into your soul to see what you had. And the thing about it is I had been performing since I was 12, like all over LA. So I did school tours, I did club performances, I did a lot of stuff. And being in a room full of people you don't know didn't really like shake me up too much. I always found it very exciting. But when you were in front of people who could change your life, even just 3 people, it just, the element changed to, oh my gosh, this is huge. And every decision makes or breaks what happens next. So it's just a lot of pressure. You know, it felt completely different than an audience in a showroom full of people.
So what you guys don't understand is that they actually created this group. So Robin Anton is the creator of the Pussycat Dolls. Like, she made them. You know what I mean? Like, iconic. And then Little Kim, obviously, you know, one of the biggest female rappers, you know, period. And then Ron Fair is the whole reason why Christina Aguilera and Keisha Cole, like, you know, got their start. So this was amazing. Like, this was pretty iconic. So also, to get into the other spin-offs of the Pussycat Dolls, there are other spin-offs. There was that other group called Paradiso Girls. I love them. Me and my friend Judy, we be like, Patron, tequila. So we do love that song. And then they had another group, I think it was called, can you help me if you remember, G4L? I don't know. Girl. And I was like, girl for that. But they were GRL. So they were like different like little like groups and stuff, but like y'all's ate down. Y'all is ate down, okay? When you guys came out with Girlicious, so actually, let me just stick to the show. Let me stick to the show because we're gonna get there. So on that TV show, you guys had a lot of different performances. And the other day when I like, you know, went down my nostalgic lane, I was watching all the performances and tell me why every single one of my favorite ones, you're in. Yes, like everyone. But my favorite is the solo of you singing Say It Right. It was giving. It was just, I know those judges, when they saw that, they were like, yeah, we gotta have her in this group. So I knew it. Like,
so much.
It's not even about, it's just the work ethic and just like, I would have so picked you if I was on the judges, because like, you were just giving.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now,
thanks, Mom and Dad.
So being on reality TV during the big blog era, reading the comments, dealing with people judging you and like fame and things like that, how did that affect you? What did you think about those things?
Oh my gosh, that was such a difficult experience because coming from the industry side that I had been part of, like I did touring, like school tours and like I said, club tours and different things like that. I was performing all over LA, but we didn't really have any outlet for feedback. We weren't really on YouTube. It was like whoever was there came up after the show, hey, I love this, I love that, whatever they had the courage to say to our face, right? So now when we were airing on national television and even doing tours on a bigger level, everybody went to YouTube to just put their 2 cents in because you didn't get to see who the person was saying what they were saying. So they could say whatever they want and just like loose lips, just like whatever thought that came into their head. And it was difficult because, you know, you take sometimes what those comments are as truth and as like at face value. And that can be very difficult when you're, again, a teenage girl and you're wanting to be the best that you can be. You can sometimes let it get to you. And at times I did. I remember feeling like, oh my gosh, like, they think this, you know? And it was just a mixed thing because they would have, you know, it would be like 700 comments. Oh, I love her. She's the best. She's my favorite. I can't stand her.
Right. Then you have the haters.
The haters. And it was like, oh my gosh, like, this is a cruel world. People got a lot to say. And so what I did was I stopped reading the comments. I was like, I can't function and do what I have to do, come to the stage, know my parts, do other things, and like also worry about all the audience in my mind thinking whatever I just read. I'm like, is she out there tonight? That one star 734.
Right. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I do have a little hot tea question for you.
Where's my tea was hotter.
See, it says B with the fucking T.
B with a T.
Yes. And then be fair. So you know how there's a Netflix thing going around, you know, the Tyra Banks Netflix thing going on where they're talking about America's Next Top Model and like behind the scenes of the show and how cool and like the things that were going on. Did you experience anything crazy like that or, you know, filming this reality show? Like if you want to share any stories about just filming behind the scenes things?
Yeah, I feel like honestly, there wasn't as much behind the scenes because I felt like everybody on the show was very blunt and very like outwardly, whatever they had to say, they did not mind that the camera was there, especially Mikey. Like, because everybody said how they felt, period, you know? And so I would say that there wasn't really much internally that was going on except for, which was also public, was like the beef between the contestants, you know, and the girls. So like at times we're like, the worst of enemies, and then we were best of friends. It just depended on the month. It depended on the song that we just cut. It really just depended on everything, our hormones, like just everything. So at times we're like, we're besties. And in that moment, we're like going through a frustration or going through something. So that was really the in-depth part of like people not knowing where we stood in certain interviews and like certain things. But honestly, I felt like everything was pretty much out and aired, like in terms of the show and everything like that. Yeah.
Okay. So nothing like super, like nothing will really shock us because they pretty much put it out there already.
Yeah, pretty much everything that you could look up is out there. Even like between some of the members have their own YouTube channels where they've gone and, you know, have just given moments that have happened to them, you know, publicly and in different moments. So it's very much out there. Yeah.
Okay, period. Well, now let's get into Girlicious, the group, okay? So this Girlicious era, y'all put out 2 albums, correct? Okay. Performed all over the world. Hella singles. Some of my favorite songs are, oh my God. I love Like Me. Obviously, I used to like dance around my little, tie my little shirt up and
And Baby Doll. I remember when you used to do that Baby Doll.
Baby Doll was my thing. That was my sugar daddy anthem. So I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now, but Liar Liar was a bop. That whole album, like when it came on Apple Music recently, like maybe as a year or 2 ago, maybe it's been, but it wasn't on Apple Music before, but now it is, you know what I mean? So I'm so happy, but your second album is not there right now, am I correct? What's going on with that?
Well, with the second album, we actually traded record labels and we went to Universal Canada. So we were no longer with Interscope on the US side. So we switched deals. And so I think that their rights and their releases have to do internally within the label for what is pushed out and on what platforms.
Okay, period. Okay, so let's break down each member of the group. Tell me something you remember about them or what you love. But let's talk about Nicole.
Nicole, oh. It's so funny. I remember this memory. I'm sure she's watching this. It's gonna be hilarious. When I first saw her, so we all auditioned, and they put us in a hotel at Universal City, and we were gonna stay there and start filming. And we didn't know who was making it onto the next level yet. It was just like kind of like they had only had 20 girls, I think, before they made a cut to go into the house. So we were all in hotel rooms. I remember she was arriving with her stuff for check-in, and she had her suitcase with her. And I looked at her and I was like, "You look like Hilary Duff." And she.
Oh yeah, she
did not
like that at all.
Like I haven't heard that before. And I just remember, I was like, she's a little spicy with that attitude. She wasn't like, "Thank you," or like, "Yeah, I've got that before." She was like,
not that again.
Yeah, she was like, "I heard that," and I was like, "Okay."
People always get me and Beyonce mixed up.
I see it.
I'm just like every day.
Skin, honestly,
it's crazy.
It's smooth as
just
butter.
every single day. Anyway, let's talk about Christina. Because she reminds me of like a little Tinashe.
Yeah, Christina and I hit it off instantly. I just remember like the first open call audition, we found each other like in the waiting room, and we just started talking. She's like, "Okay," she grabbed me. She grabbed my arm and she's like, "All right, we're gonna be right here." She was like, she grabbed me. She's like, "All right." She was like we're teaming up for something right away. She was like, we're practicing the dances because we knew we were going to get called in individually to a room to like showcase. So we would start learning the choreography together and kind of trying to help each other be better. And we just became really close friends. And I really was so grateful for that friendship in that house because I'm so close to my family. I'm not really a person who's like to themselves, super like independent. I'm actually would consider myself somebody who's codependent. And I think that has a lot to do with why I got married and have kids. But me and my mom were really close. I was always in girl groups. I felt very comforted by the interaction with other people and close friendships. And so I actually feel like that friendship really helped me survive that reality house.
You need that, yeah.
I needed that. I needed a confidant. I needed somebody who we could feed off of each other and support one another and push each other up.
And y'all terrorized that house. They terrorized that house. They bullied them girls.
We let them know we were here to stay.
Period. Girlicious is them. Period. I love that. So, and then let's not forget Tiffany.
Let's not forget her.
Yes. Talk about Tiffany because she was in the group in the first half, but then all of a sudden, poof, she's gone. And y'all are a trio.
Yeah, Tiffany, she's an amazing powerhouse performer.
Yeah, she got that voice.
Yes. And it was so interesting too because Tiffany and I actually also hit it off early on in the audition, like way before we knew which girls in LA were even gonna make it, before we even know we got a call back. This was like day one. Her and I were talking a lot in the waiting room, just sitting around, kind of digging into stories.
Yeah.
And we had some good chemistry and good energy. I feel like as time progressed, my friendship with Christina and how we just kind of it was like me and you against the world kind of thing. It started to rub people the wrong way, including Tiffany, when we had originally hit it off. We were like, oh, I vibe with you. You're super talented. Tiffany's a very independent person. She has a strong personality. She knows who she is. She's a great performer. And I felt like later on in the house, that kind of started to be the dynamic that unfolded later. But in terms of the group, I'm not really sure all of the details. What I do know is I got a call from management one day and was like, we are actually getting a new deal and we are actually going to be 3 now. And so that was our moment to choose whether we continued or we didn't. And so we actually switched labels as well. So it was a big change.
Okay, so it wasn't like kick her off and y'all just keep going. No, it was major plastic sabotage.
Yeah, it was like internal. It was like internally something had happened on the internal side of management or something within the label. And then we even switched labels and that was a big change too. So this is how we're doing this now. This is how we're marketing and dynamic now. And I was like, okay, so I have a choice here. I either stop performing or I keep going. So
and you wanted to keep going for sure.
Keep going.
Now Tiffany, like what's going on now with the girls? I believe she's an artist now, like making really nice art. Like
she's a mom now. She's the only other girlicious girl who's joined me in momhood.
Oh wow.
So that's amazing. Congrats. And she's an incredible artist.
Yes.
And so Yeah, and Christina is in San Diego doing great things with music and worship and church.
Yeah,
and
she's a fellow,
believer, and,
yes.
disciple. And Nicole is traveling the world. She's always somewhere beautiful and expensive in Italy, Europe, somewhere.
Yes, world traveler, honey.
Yes.
Okay, wow. So do you think you guys would ever get back together, like, and just do something, maybe even if you don't sing your old songs, just anything? Like, would y'all get together?
I would never be opposed, actually, to getting together, especially in the direction that I feel like in this time, people need, women need to be uplifted, and people need to be there just seems more light in the world, you know, and I feel like we could really do something, but I just don't know the mindsets of every individual girl. But myself personally, I wouldn't mind doing, even some covers or just writing new songs about where we are right now in the world. I think it would be really powerful and really amazing, but, I think it would come down to Christina being willing and Nicole being willing, because, she might be in a different season. And that's the thing, is like, we're all in different seasons at different times. Like, maybe I would be okay with it right now, but I bet you a few years ago when I was having my babies, I was like, no, I'm good. I wasn't even on Instagram. I was like, I'm at home. I got to raise these babies. I'm not trying to do music right now. So these seasons, it's just like they bring us through different perspectives and where our minds are at. So yeah, I mean, hey, if it all aligns and we're all in the same season at one time, that would be great.
Wow. Well, let's hope for a Girlicious reunion.
Yes, or even just a conversation.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, maybe I'll reunite you guys here.
Could be.
Oh my God. I just thought about
that. That would be some tea.
That would be some real good tea. What if y'all fight or something?
Oh no, it wouldn't be from me.
I'm kidding.
She said I don't have enough security for that.
Okay, so what was life after the group disbanded? Like, what was it when y'all broke up? Because it's like, y'all had the new deal, new album, new music video, Maniac, love it. But then all of a sudden, poof. So what was that like?
So I think at that time when the group disbanded, I was really trying to find my place back in the normal world.
Right.
I was like, wait.
I feel that.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I want to just go to the store. I want to have an afternoon of sleep, because, road life, tour life, it does not offer that. You're at a constant shoot. You're on a plane. You're in a different city. So it was a nice moment to kind of like be close to my family, go see people I hadn't seen, the ones that live far away.
Right.
You're like, oh, I get to come and hang out and go to like a family function and like do things and readjust. And after that had dwindled, it's like, well, what do I do now? Because then it started to feel like a bit stir crazy, because I had been so used to being on the road and doing this and doing that. So I was like, okay, so what are we gonna do? And at that time, that's when Robin and myself and Mikey reunited to do GRL. And so I actually was in GRL as one of the first members.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why didn't I know this?
And then I got pregnant and I got kicked out.
Oh, did you do any music videos or something?
We did. Yeah.
Did they came out?
No, nothing that came out.
Okay.
We were just doing
so
rehearsals
I wouldn't have
recording
known.
a song and like practicing. We went to New York and we got a deal with RCA Records.
Wow.
At the time, Larry Rudolph was our management. And then I found out I was pregnant and I had a choice to make. And I chose to have my baby.
Yes, baby.
Because I did the girl group thing.
Right, yeah. It was time anyway. And
Yeah.
then after that, that's when you got into your own music after that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to get into it. So let's see. Are there any lessons that you've learned while you were in Girlicious in the group?
Oh, yes. So many lessons. I would say that I think for me, my whole upbringing was so heavily focused on a goal of making it be famous.
Yes.
Famous. And I think that the whole function of how like I operated with what my goals were, I was the workhorse. I was a person since I was at a very young age, just doing everything that it took on that grind to do that. And I realized that when I had it, there was still something missing. And I thought it would fulfill me in a way that it didn't. I still wanted more. And I was surprised at that feeling. And I was actually feeling really sad and alone and like taken away from my family a lot. And it felt like a lonely place, actually, for myself. And so I didn't realize that I had wanted this thing that felt so unattainable. And then when I finally attained it, I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was gonna be happier.
Right.
I thought this meant something way more than it meant, but
Right.
it just meant getting to the next pinnacle or the
Right.
next You know,
There's
and it's
always
just like
another
this wheel.
level.
It was just a wheel that kept spinning. And I was like, oh, but I'm going to get, it's not there. It was like, I thought something. And so, yeah, I would say that lesson greatly taught me to be happy in the moment.
Right.
Enjoy the journey.
Yes.
The journey is actually where it is your joy. It's going, so success isn't a destination. Happiness is not a destination. It's having happiness in the moment, in the journey, and understanding that you are always where you are meant to be in the moment, and finding that joy and finding that pure happiness is what it's about. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying all of the little things and not trying to rush to be so huge and so big. You know what I mean? Like my twin Beyonce, like I can just enjoy every step of the way because that's what it's about. Period.
And that's the truth. That's the lesson. That's the goal.
Child. So, what is your all-time favorite girl group?
My favorite girl group, I mean, Destiny's Child. Had to be Destiny's Child.
What?
Yeah, like, it's Beyonce.
Period. So, all right. Now, any girl groups inspired, besides the Pussycat Dolls, inspire Girlicious?
I really think that was the one.
Okay.
I think okay, let's go back to the audition.
Right.
I only auditioned because I saw their show, and there was a casting call on TV. I was in my living room watching the show, like, oh my gosh, like, because I had been in girl
The
groups.
Pussycat Dolls search for the next Pussycat Doll.
Yes.
Right.
There was a Search for the Next Doll show, and the season, at the end of the season, was a casting call, an open call for if you want to do this, if you want to be part of a girl group like the Pussycat Dolls. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been in girl groups for the last 6 years. I want to be like the Pussycat Dolls.
Right.
Me.
Period.
So I watched it on my TV in my living room like everyone else, and then I went and stood in line of 1,000 plus, maybe thousands and thousands of girls.
Giving American Idol.
Yeah, very much.
Wow, that's so iconic. So what do you think about the new girl groups today? Because there's a few out, but like, what do you think about them?
I think music has just changed so much, and I think that there's some girl groups that are good. Like I really liked Fifth Harmony as well. I thought that they were a good group. I think that Cat's Eye has amazing choreography. I think that it's really cool. The era of music to me in general is just so different than like the 2000s. You know, there was just an energy about it that wasn't maybe so techno or so like, not that it's techno, but like the R&B era where it was with in terms of Pro Tools and Logic and the sound samples that they were using. It just felt so close to what made me feel like it was poppin', if that makes sense. And so now the music stage presence is great, choreography is great, but the music level, I'm just still like, something is the music is drifting farther and farther away.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all ate all them up. Everybody that's out now, please. Girlicious eats them all down, okay? Looks wise, choreo wise, go watch Maniac video. Bitches can't compete, okay? Please.
Mikey had us on them crazy moves.
Yes.
His vocals were serious.
Like when I saw that first music video, because at the end of the show, the group was picked, it was formed, and then you guys had your music videos already out on lock. So when I saw y'all come out, I was like, oh yeah, these girls are them. They better work. So
they did the search right.
Yes.
They found us in the nook and crannies of America.
So if Girlicious came out today, what do you think? Like, how would things be? Like, what do you think about that?
Oh my gosh.
If they came out today.
Honestly, I'm not really even quite sure because the music has changed. The music is so different now. So like, maybe we'd be doing ballads, like only, like I don't know, like.
Right.
Because
or hip hop.
The emo stuff is like, you know what I mean? Because like the sassy, like I don't know, like it's just a different time. But honestly, if we brought the girls back to do a more like Black Eyed Peas style album about where is the love, like I feel like we could do something like along those lines and just like lift people up, you know, and just be, I don't know, just more positive.
Yeah, because the world needs happiness and love. Come on now,
and unity.
enough about the sex and the drama and all of that. We need the love, and that's where we're going next. Let's talk about faith and spirituality.
Yes.
So, Natalie, you have lots of new things on your horizon, okay? We got new music, new projects, and I don't know if you want to discuss this, but you do have a new show or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, Okay, so you just put out a new album.
Yes.
Called Holy Exodus. You got songs on there called Pray. You got songs on there like, what? Give us the tea. What's going on with that?
Okay, so I just released the album Holy Exodus, and I'm so excited because this actually came to be in such a like beautiful, divine way. So my grandma is very divine. My grandma passed away sadly, and we were very close.
How recent? Like
She
recent?
passed away last November, the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh.
And that was
I'm
really hard and heavy for me. But as I was there with her in her final 7 days, at her bedside, I realized like I was just faced with my own mortality. And I just felt like we don't have that much time. Like just time felt like it was like escaping me. And I had just been putting off doing music and just really focused on other things and at home. And so I just felt like, oh my gosh, I got to get to it. Like we're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised like extra time. So you just never know. And so I really wanted to get something out that my heart had been, wanting to write about for quite some time. And so I went straight to the studio actually, like days when she passed away. And I came out with a Christmas single called Nothing Without You. And it was for my grandma.
Cute.
That was the first kind of like tip of the iceberg that ended up coming out. And then like song after song, it was just coming through. Like every week I would go and complete a song in the studio.
I love that.
So, and then we put it out in July, and
Wow.
yeah, it was amazing. And yeah, it was just such a passion project for me. Like it was just something I wanted to talk about my testimony. I wanted to talk about from Girlicious till now, kind of my story. And I open up with a song called Redemption. It's a little bit of, tea in the song and like really the background of who I am and how I came to be on the show and what it meant to me and what it's meaning for me now. And so I just had so much to say. So
Is this considered gospel music or?
So I would say it's like a Christian pop album,
Okay.
really pop R&B. I feel like there is one praise song called Pray on it, but I think that it's different. It's a different kind of genre, really. Like Christian pop is like, what is that?
Yeah.
So I felt like it's a testimony album. It's what I have been through and how I feel about God in my life and my faith and what that means to me and sharing with an audience and to the listener. So
Wow, y'all. So everybody go to your Apple Music. So you know what to do. This is Be Famous TV, okay? So support your girl. Wow, so this is amazing. Now, do you have any upcoming TV things going
So
on?
I have a show in the works actually right now. I can't give you too many details
Not too
because
many?
everything's in contracting right now.
I get the exclusive though.
I do. And so I'm really excited about it. It is a faith-based show. And so it is talking about my journey and the journeys of others. And I can't wait. We're shopping networks. So just stay tuned. And I can't wait to make the announcement about it. But it's in the early stages.
Well,
so.
this is amazing. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats on everything you have going on.
Thank you.
I did see that you had a what is it? An album? It was an album release.
Yes. That release party.
In LA. I couldn't make it. I'm sorry. I was
Where you
I was
be?
out the country.
You were out being famous?
But I saw you had a great turnout.
Yeah, Paula came.
Yeah.
Paula.
Paula came. And I also seen that you've been outside lately. You went to Normani's thing. What else did you do?
Man, I've been going to a lot of different events, music related, Grammy stuff, Super Bowl stuff, NBA, All-Star stuff.
So Natalie's outside, y'all.
Any kind of single release, any music stuff, I'm there supporting because I would love the support in return.
Exactly.
So if I know if one of my girls is putting out something, I'm like, I'll be there. We gotta, support one another in the industry and just, in life.
So faith is really important to you, correct? So what does faith mean to you personally?
So faith is so important to me. I feel like it is the pinnacle of my experience and my existence. It's something that I feel that there's more to life than just what we see.
Right.
I believe that there's something beyond. And I believe that I shifted my focus quite a while ago, actually, when I realized that I wasn't happy with the worldly success that I thought I would be happy with. And it took me to know that there was something deeper, there was something more. And I began on that search. And I feel like it has been such an important part of my life to be the foundation of my life and how I move as a wife, as a mother and now as an artist, because I feel like impact is really important, and I feel like sharing my journey about what God has done in my life and has transformed how I perceive, what I'm here to do is just of the utmost importance. So I feel like it's purpose driven, and I feel like it means everything to me, and it anchors me to keep going.
So nothing happened in like Girlicious that made you like do a switch, or did anything happen in Girlicious that maybe made you go more spiritual?
So much happened in Girlicious. I feel like, again, going on the journey to success and being surrounded by, everyone. I was in line. Rihanna's in front of me to get her award. I'm chilling with Drake, chilling with Kim K. Like, I felt like I was at the pinnacle of my career, something I had worked so hard to do and achieve. And in seeing all of that, I felt chaos internally. I didn't feel grounded. I didn't feel fully happy and in my purpose. I felt a bit lost, a bit confused, a bit like, why don't I feel the joy that I'm supposed to feel, like, after achieving all this?
Right.
And so much happened. I feel like definitely when you're away from your family, especially on the road, you let yourself be open up to the influences around you.
Right.
And all the time, the influences around you don't have your best interests at heart. So you have to be very careful of that. And I feel like I saw the ugly side of people and things.
And we had our ups and downs,
Ups and downs, and, just drinking more, just doing things that weren't really in my character and like what had been my motivation for performing. That kind of stuff started making me feel very chaotic. And so I definitely feel like I had a lot to do with that particular journey in my life, amongst other things. I would also say becoming a mom and then also having to pick, here's your dream of having another record deal, or here's becoming a mom, which is also a dream to have a family.
Which is a blessing.
And at that time, I wasn't allowed to have both. And so that was a very painful experience to go through, but I felt like I'm really grateful for that, because it propelled my want to have faith and to grow in faith and to need it really to even function and feel that happiness and that joy within myself.
Okay, so how many kids do you have, and are they all spiritual? You raise them spiritual?
No, for real. These days, 3 sounds like 20 to people.
Right.
But honestly, my grandma had 9, so she always thought my 3 was oh, that's cute. That's cute for you. But I do have 3 beautiful, healthy kids, happy, healthy, loving, amazing, talented children.
Period.
That I'm so blessed to have.
Would you let them get into the music industry?
I have not let them get into the music industry. We got some talented people.
No, ma'am.
I got some talented offspring, but I'm okay, we're going to do some other things, because I just feel like when they're old enough to understand how the world really works, maybe if that's what they want to decide. But in the meantime, we're building character. We're doing some deep teaching and planting seeds that are very important for their future.
And raising them spiritually too.
Yeah, exactly.
In the faith, in the walk. Did your husband influence any of the spirituality journey that you're on?
I would absolutely say he did. I think that when I met my husband, I felt very seen. I felt very loved. And I feel like it made me feel a little glimpse of heaven. And so I feel like that's how I knew that there was something more. And so I think that in each other, we really ignited this passion and this flame to know that there is a real connection in the spiritual world and with God, and I felt that presence. And so I would say that because of that love, because of feeling seen, because of the curiosity that we both had as well, we also had a deep want to know more. This can't be everything. We both have the same perspective on that. And so I think that in sharing that, we went on a journey to discover,
together,
and we both got closer to God and became disciples and baptized at the same time and all the things.
Oh my gosh!
Same day.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it was really beautiful.
Yes, y'all out there, go get baptized. Don't play. Okay, that's very important. Okay, communion. You got to be doing all the things.
I love that.
Now, listen, so back to your hubby. How long y'all been married for?
We're going on 10 years this year.
Damn! I mean, wow, congratulations.
I know, we're about to have a turn-up wedding vow renewal.
Yes. Ooh, where y'all
first decade.
Wow, are you
we're
going
about to throw
anywhere
a big
for that?
thing at the house.
Okay,
a
at the
big
house.
wedding
That's
party.
beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I see for you? In the name of Jesus, I want to see a reality show with both of y'all, because your husband is really good looking.
Thank you.
Okay, and you are too. We already know this, so it's like power couple vibes. The kiddos running around. Like, I want to see a nice reality show.
I would love that.
You know,
that'd be amazing.
Get that in the works too. In the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Now, what does being a wife mean to you?
It means so much to me. So I feel like how I truly feel connected to a marriage is that I like, it reflects to me as a relationship with God. So like, in a relationship, it's not just a marriage, but it outpours to other relationships as well. How you treat another person is like how you would want to be treated. So we reflect back to one another how God intends for us to love people. And I feel like you get to be your closest and your most intimate with a marital partner.
Yeah.
And so for me, I see that as something so precious and sacred, because I really feel that God teaches us how to love through other people. And so I view it as my purpose, but also a way to show my love and to grow and to also reflect God's love back to Him. So
wow, damn, I want to be a wife. Okay, what's the biggest lesson that motherhood has taught you?
Wow. That one came with a serious calling, because I'll take it back to when I first found out I was pregnant. I was scared to tell my management. I was scared to tell my mom, because my mom and my parents had put so much of their energy and support and time in helping me to build this career that to them was on the
So
up
they might would have been, yeah.
And I was scared that they would be disappointed or like unfulfilled, and then also management at that time. I remember making all the like ideas in the books. I was like, well, we could get a body double, and I can record while I'm growing the baby, and then after when I pop it out, then we could do. And they were like, girl, you gotta make a choice.
Just sit down. Sit down and relax.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like, so for me, the lessons of motherhood taught me to be sacrificial, like self-sacrifice, and choose to love another person above yourself, to be nurturing and to think of someone else's best interests and to support that. And I was actually grateful to have an amazing relationship with my mom, because she was very supportive when I did end up telling her, no, I want you to be happy. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I hope I'm as good as a mom as she was. You know, I just wanted to be that kind of mom. So I would say the lesson was, you know, putting someone above yourself, loving so deeply to help someone become the best version of themselves, and to really enjoy nurturing. So that's really what it taught me.
Wow, okay. So what advice would you give women who like want to have a career, but also mothers, you know, have motherhood versus career? Like, what advice would you give for women for that?
So this is a really good question, because I have talked to so many women on so many different spectrums of this, because I know a woman in my life who always waited for the right time, and there was never a right time.
Ever.
She became to an age where she couldn't have kids anymore. And luckily in my life, she was somebody who viewed me somewhat like a daughter, goddaughter, but she did talk to me about that. And so hearing that perspective is like, I experienced that crossroad myself to choose a career or child. And I never regretted that for one moment, that was the best decision that I could have made. It teaches you so much about your character. It teaches you so much about discipline, and just even wanting to have more. You want it more for someone like your child than just for yourself.
Right.
I wanted to go out and do more, because now I had somebody watching and somebody waiting also to see my dreams come true as well, because that was an example for them. You know, how do I go about the world? But I would say to women that don't be afraid if it's something in your heart to definitely do and pursue as equal as a career, because there's nothing more important actually than being a mother in terms of raising another human being for the future. You know, that is just such an incredible job.
And
that
a blessing too.
And a blessing. So I would 100% tell them to, if they have the opportunity, to move forward with that, and also to not put it on the back burner for financial reasons.
Right.
Because where there's a will, there's a way, and you'll make a way while becoming a mom at the same time.
Okay, ladies, you hear that? That's your answer right there. Wow. So back to your kids. Last back to your children. Do they know about Girlicious?
So my daughter does, but my sons don't. My daughter does. I remember when I first showed her like a snippet of the show, she was kind of like, I can't believe this, because she sees me in such a different light, and at the same time, I was a teenager. So she's, so it's so different. It's different me. It's me, but it's different me. It's teenage me, right?
Yeah,
so it's
not
kind
mom
of,
you.
It's not mom me.
Exactly.
So it was definitely such a funny experience, but also having kids at school tell her about it, or she's like, I know, we're having that conversation. It's just been something funny and like interesting, and I don't know, it's just been, it can be exciting, it can be nerve-wracking at times. Like for her, I'm sure, you know. But yeah, so my daughter does know, my sons do not. But my son always, he knows I'm a singer. So it's really sweet because I remember going to back to school night with him, and he had a list of questions to get to know your teacher, or the teacher want to get to know him. So you have to answer these questions. And he would say, one of the questions on there was, who is your favorite singer? And he put my mom.
Aww.
And I thought that was like the sweetest thing. And
that
was
is so cute.
He was like one of my #1 fans. He clearly wrote that. And it just made my heart, it made my whole day. I was like, if you're the only fan I have, I will be so happy.
That's fine. That's fine and dandy.
If my husband and my 2 kids and my mom.
Oh, and me.
And me. We're
Yes. Oh my God, thank you so much for coming to Be Famous TV and giving us this Girlicious tea, all the tea on your music and just everything where you're at in life. Like, I just want to thank you so much for stopping by. Natalie Mejia, thank you so much.